this man using an arithmetic progression by saying that what? The nth term, which is my 8th term, equals to A, which is my first term. The first term is what? 2. Then plus n, which is the number of time I'm looking for. The 8 minus 1. Then the common difference coming out here. The common difference here says the second term minus the first term, which is also the same as the third term minus the second term. Also, I can say it is what? The fourth term minus the second term. So the common difference here says the answer here is 2. The answer here is 2. The answer here is 2. So they all have the common difference of what? 2. So yes, assign 2 to the value of my D. So it is easier for me to find the 8th term from here. So 8th term here becomes 2 plus 7 times 2. Here becomes 2 plus 14. And here becomes 16. So this is how I can find the 8th term of an AP, giving me a question. For this topic, I wouldn't want to rush us deep topic because it's kind of a wider topic. Yes, because we have an AP for this session. So I'll be focusing more on an AP. So maybe when next we meet, we'll be discussing a GP. So let's have a deeper understanding on an AP. I've just been able to differ out the last time of an AP. And there are also questions that can be asked in terms of sequence and series. Questions like find the sum of an n term. Sum of an n term of article terms. I won't be defining that. I won't be deriving the formula, but I will show you how it. Sum of an AP has two formula. AP has two formula. Formula 1 says that what? It is given as S of n equals to n over 2. Open a big bracket. I have 2a plus n minus 1 times d. We close the bracket. Now, from here, the second formula is gotten from the first one. Owing to the fact that what? Sum of n time is n over 2 in the bracket of a plus a, n minus 1 times d. Now, if you look at this aspect here, you will see that it looks like the number of n term that we have defined from the previous session. So automatically, the second formula in which you can use to find the sum of n term is given as n over 2, open bracket, a plus the last term. I use L for the last term. Or we say n over 2, open bracket, a plus t of n, which is also the last term. Now, having these two formulas, yes, I can tell you that with the formulas on the board, the formulas in your note, you can successfully solve any question that has to do with arithmetic progression. Yes, we can prove that in class by going to our past question to look for questions. So I have few questions in the past question in which I'll be presenting to you. Right. Okay, checking up. I have page 57 of my past question here. Page 57 of my past question here. And the question here says, the question here says that the nth term of a sequence, the nth term of the sequence 2, 6, 18, 54 is 4374. Find the number of n. All right. This question belongs to a geometric progression. Please, let's make an amendment. I need an AP question, please. I need an AP question. Okay. Opening up to another page. Okay, I have a new page here. Yes. Page 28, question 7. It says, if the 8th term of an AP is 3 times I love this question. It's 3 times the second term and the sum of the first three. The first three term is 18. Find the first term of the AP. Yes, I love this question so much that it has a word problem defining the question. Now, this is where I want you to pay attention because this question covers all my explanation. Yes, I need you to focus very well here. Now, in questions like this, you need an understanding of your English language. Yes, before you need to break down the mathematical terms here. The question says, if the eighth term of an AP is 3 times the second term. Now, let's break the first sentence. It says, nth term and n equals 8th term and 2 second term. So this implies that if the 8th term of an AP is means you are equating it equals 3 times the second term. This is how you can express that first sentence. The next sentence is, and the sum of the first 3 terms. Remember, S of n is the sum of n term, and n equals 3. So this also implies that S of n, that's S of 3, the sum of the first 3 terms, equals 18. Find the first term of an AP. Find A. This is all we need. Then the mathematics can come in. Now, the n term has a general formula. Tn equals A plus n minus 1d. So we use this, and the sum of n term equals to n over 2, open bracket, 2a plus n minus 1d. So we are using those two formulas to solve this question. So what do we do first? We say from equation 1. So I say this is equation 1. From equation 1, T8 equals to 3 times T2. Now, what is T8? That is the 8th term, which is A plus 8 minus 1 times the D equals to 3. Open a big bracket. The second term says A plus 2 minus 1 times the D. We close the bracket. So let's express this one. A plus 7D equals to 3 in the bracket of A plus D. We close it. Then finally, I have A plus 7D equals 3A plus 3D. When we collect like terms, then we have this man to equals A minus 3A. Okay, let's do this way. 7D minus 3D equals to 3A minus A. So we can omit the minus sign there. I have this one says 4D equals to 2A. Then 2 is common here. I have D, 2D equals to A. Case solved. Now, we move on to the next expression, which is equation 2. From equation 2. Here, we said that what? The sum of 8 terms equals to 18. Now, the sum of 8 terms has a formula that says 8 over 2. Open a bracket, 2a. Open, that's plus 8 minus 1 times d. We close the bracket. Equals to 18. Then here, I can call this one equation 3 because I'll be substituting it later. Here I have 8 divided by 2 is 4. Open bracket, 2a plus 7d. Then I have a close bracket equals to 18. I can multiply all 2 by 4 by saying that here is 8a plus 28d equals to 18. Then from here, we say from equation 3, A equals to 2D. So this is where the substitution comes in. Substitutes. Value A into, let's call this one equation 4, into equation 4. Then this implies that equation 4 says 8A plus 28D equals to 18. And we know that the value of our A is 2D. So this means A into bracket 2D plus 28D equals to 18. Then here becomes 16D plus 28D. 28D equals to 18. 16 plus 28 says 14. Then 44D equals to 18. Then automatically the value of my D becomes 18 divided by 44. There is a common difference. The question requests for the first term, not the common difference. So we say put the value of D into equation 3 again. Then we say 2D equals A. 2 times 18 over 44 equals A. Then here we have A. Therefore, A equals to 18 over 22. Final answer. Class, I've been able to solve that question. If there's any question that's relating to this question I've just solved, please signify. The mic will be on, so let me hear your feedback. Is there any question relating to the question I just solved now? Anyone? Anyone? So in the absence of no question, I will go over the past question and look for another question again. All right. Right here is another question in the past question. Page 105. Yes. Page 105. Page 105. Please and please, it is better you ask question in class. And again, when you are at home, it is better you solve on your own. Bring question to class. That helps us to know that what you are progressing. Now, the next question I have here also defines an AP. So here it says, the fourth term of an AP is 13, while the 10th term is 31. Find the 21 term, that 21st term. Find the 21st term. Yes, here's another question for us to learn what an AP is. Remember, the last term of an AP is defined by what? A plus N minus 1D. If you know those formula, then you won't have any problem with AP and GP. Since the last term of an AP is defined by A plus N minus 1D, and they said that what? The fourth term is 13. So that means 13 equals to, the first term is A plus 4 minus 1D. So definitely the fourth term is 13 equals to A plus 3D, equation 1. The next sentence says that what? While the 10th term is 31. So we say the 10th term equals to 31. So that's defined as A plus 10 minus 1D. So that automatically gives us 31 equals to A plus 9D, equation 2. We are told to find find the 21st term. Now, remember in the last class, we did simultaneous equation. Now, this is where the idea of simultaneous equation comes into play, because you are going to be solving this question simultaneously. Then you bring the two equations together by saying the first one, A plus 3D. Then the second one, 31, A plus 9D. So solving simultaneously, we can use the shortcut method I taught you in the last class, which is what? Elimination method. So we have a common term there, so we subtract. So we subtract, we say 13 minus 31 is giving us 18. No, 28. 13 minus 1 is 8. Then, okay, let's say 11 minus 3 is 8. Then we have 2 minus 1 is 1. So we have 18 minus 18 equals to A minus A is 0. Then 3 minus 9 becomes a minus 6D. So automatically, I can divide both sides by minus 6. Then automatically, I have D to give me the value of 3. If the value of my D is 3, we still need to find the first term. So we say, put the value of D. The value of D into any of the equation. Equation 1. And equation 1 says that what? 13 equals A plus 3D. 13 equals A plus 3 times 3. 13 equals A plus 9. 13 minus 9 equals to 8. So therefore, the value of my A equals to 4. Now, A equals 4. D equals 3. Find the 21st term. So we use 21st term equals to A plus 21 minus 1D. So we can now substitute the value of the unknown in this expression. Then this becomes A, 4. 21 minus 1, 20 times D, 3. 4, 20 times 3, that's 60. Then 4 plus 60 is 64, which is our final answer. Now I will let the mic be on now to hear your feedback on the two questions. If there's any question that is very, very challenging to you, just raise an alarm. We are here. Anyone? The mic is on. This is the second question I'm solving on AP. I need your feedback. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Your contribution in class can make the class progress. I will take my time to slow things down now. So in the absence of no question, can we pick up another question just to enlighten ourselves on AP? The mic is on. I can still hear your feedback. What did you say? I can hear you. Someone is saying something there. Okay, in the absence of no contribution, no question, then I'll pick one more question. And this question, I think we are going to be solving it together this time. So let me go over the past question and look for a question. All right. I have some questions here that we need to tackle. Yes. There is one question here I want us to solve together. Yes. It's a word problem question. I believe you have a past question with you over there. Please, because I want us to solve this question together. Please, I need your response. Your past question, is it there with you?
Yes, sir.
Hello, class. Okay.
Yes,
Open
sir.
to page 68. Open to page 68 of your past question. Open to page 68 of your past question. There is a question there I want us to tackle together. It has a word problem that we need to define.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What does the question say there? What does the question say? We don't have much time. What does the question say there? I just need the response. Okay. While waiting for your response, I read the question out from here.
But what, sir?
I won't write the question on the board.
Now, should we identify the question?
The question is question 14. Can you find it? It says, Anne goes swimming regularly. Do you have that?
Yes.
All right. So let's break down the question together. It says, Anne goes swimming regularly. She wants to improve her fitness. So she decides to swim 10 lengths in the first session. Remember, 10 lengths in the first session. 10 lengths in the first session. The word first session can also be defined as first time. Is that clear, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next sentence says what? And increase the number of lengths she swims by 2 every session. Increase by 2 every session. Are we good to go?
Yes, sir.
That means there is a common difference there, isn't it?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Then the next sentence says what? When she reaches 50 lengths in a session. When she reaches 50 lengths in a session, that means that is the extent she can go. That means reaches 50 lengths in session. That tells me what? It is the end term of that AP, isn't it? Are we together, class? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Come again with the sentence. When she reaches 50 lengths in a session, she will not increase the number any further. Full stop. After how many sessions does Anne swim 50 lengths for the first time? Class, what do you think the question is requesting? What do you think the question is requesting from us? Even from what I have just explained on the board, what do you think the question has us to find? Out of every nonsense, there is always a sense. Say something out, then we'll justify our answer. What does the question ask us to find? What does the question ask us to find? Okay, in the absence of no contribution, the question is asking us after how many sessions? Now, the first session was the first time. That's the first time. Increase by 2 every session. That means something is common by the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And it reaches the 50 length in a session, which is the last time, the exceeding part of that swimming pool. Then they said that what? After how many sections? How many sections? It's telling us to find the number of time in the question. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's look for the number of time in this question. So we define T of n equals to A plus n minus 1 D. T of n that we are looking for is what? 50. The A given to us is 10. The n is unknown. And the D is 2. So here becomes 50 minus 10 equals to n minus 1 times 2. I have 40 equals to 2n minus 2. 40 plus 2 equals 2n. 42 equals 2n. Divide both sides by 2. The value of my n equals to 21. So after how many sections did Anne reaches 50 length in section? It is after the 21 length. 21 section. So the number of time you are looking for here is 21, which is also in the option. Is this question well clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So I have another question in that same page. What did he say?
Is this also an AP question?
Yes, it is an AP question. That is why I need your maximum attention.
Okay, sir.
Can I also give something similar to this question so that you can justify your point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So while you guys are writing down, let me look for one similar to it. Okay, we still have one there. I have another question loaded. That's the same page of the question we just solved. So we are solving question 16 this time. Question 15. Question 15. I have questions 15 loaded here. Are you guys ready? When you're ready, I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
If you look at the question, you can see that the write-up looks very familiar with the one we saw previously.
Yes.
But what they want us to do here is a different thing entirely. So I have been able to justify the first one. I want to justify the second one also. So I will need you to also listen to the breakdown of my question. Okay, we start. Anne goes swimming regularly. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
She wants to improve her fitness, so she decides to swim 10 lengths in the first session. We have it on the board here. Are we good to go?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And increase the number of lengths she swims by 2 every session. We have it on the board here. Are we good to go?
Yes, sir.
Now, when she reaches 50 lengths in a session, she will not increase the number any further. That is what we have just explained on the board. Is this part very clear also?
Yes, sir.
Now, this is where I need your cooperation. First up, they said Anne decided she will give herself a reward when she has swum a total of 400 lengths. Look at the breakdown. Anne has promised to give herself a reward when she has swum a total of what? 400 lengths. Are we there? Again, the question. Anne goes swimming regularly. She wants to improve her fitness, so she decides to swim 10 lengths in the first section and increase the number of lengths she swims by 2 every section. When she reaches 50 lengths in a session, she would not increase the number any further. Full stop. Your cooperation here says that what? Anne decided that she will give herself a reward when she has swum a total of what? 400 lengths. A total of 400 lengths says that what? She has the sum of every session to be sum of an AP, S of N. Class, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I believe I've explained what sum of an airtime is. So the reward she is giving herself is the sum of the AP in our question. Now, the questioner says, after how many sessions does she get a reward? So the question is also asking us how many sessions. So how many sessions says what? N. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
N. Now, I have sum of n time to give us n over 2, open bracket, a plus tn close. This is the formula I am using. Can anyone tell me the reason why I'm using this formula that has last term? Can anyone?
Plus
If you don't know, you don't know.
The last time was defined.
The last term was defined. God bless you, my brother. That is the main reason why I'm using the formula, because the last term was defined and she has reached 15 lengths as the last term. To substitute those values into our expression to find the number of sessions she swam. So the sum of n term is given as 400. N term is unknown over 2. Then the first term is given as 10. And the last term is given as 50. So here becomes 400 equals n over 2, open bracket, 60. I can say multiply or you cross multiply. So I say that's 400 times 2 equals to n times 60. So from this part here, I can say that here, 400 times 2 is 800 equal to 16n. Divide both sides by 60. Then the value of my n equals to, that's 6 in 80. I think I have 20. That's 40 over 3. So let me give you a fraction form, 40 over 3. Then using your calculator, you can have it in your decimal form. Is this question well clear to you? Is this question well clear to you? All right. In the absence of no contribution, I will give you a short takeaway. Yes, a short take home that you use to practice yourself and learn more on AP. That is question 10 to question 12 of that same page. Please do that and use that to increase your understanding on an AP. I will meet again in the next